director at the Chicago Ridge Library. During the month of April, our youth services staff had planned a variety of celebrations and activities around the three major holidays that religious traditions will be celebrating this month, including the Jewish holiday of Passover, the Christian holiday of Easter, and the Muslim holiday of Ramadan. Since we can't do it in the library, we thought that staff would share with you some of our traditions around food for these holidays. And I'm going to start off by sharing a recipe for the Jewish holiday of Passover, which began Wednesday night. I want to thank my brother-in-law who I enlisted in the making of this video. In a minute, he's going to show you how to make gefilte fish, which is a traditional dish that we eat as part of our Seder meal, which is a ritual meal and reading that we have for our holiday. We will post the recipe for this dish in the comments if you are interested. Please also share your family traditions around your religious holidays as well in our comments. We like hearing from our patrons during this time. We miss you all, and we can't wait to get back into the library to serve you in person.
Alan, and I'm here to make gefilte fish, but this is not the traditional gefilte fish. Now, gefilte fish typically is hand patties that are then boiled in water, and that's both time-consuming and I'm told it really stinks up your kitchen. So today we have a baked gefilte fish, which we've made in the past and is consistently really, really delicious. So what you need is fish, for starters.
I don't have you.
Where'd my fish go?
Is it?
Here, you hit it. It's hidden back here. Starting with fish, typically gefilte fish has white fish and yellow pike, if you can get it.
Did we get both?
If you can't get both of them, you can substitute. I'm told you can substitute flounder for the pike, or we've got northern pike today. Some people use carp, but the basic recipe is white fish and yellow pike. So we have here 2 pounds of ground fish, bones and heads taken out. It's already ground. Compliments of our fish store, and we're gonna just set it in there. Now we mix in here 1 chopped onion, 1 chopped carrot, 3 tablespoons of freshly chopped parsley. Get that in there. 1/4 cup of egg substitute. You can use 2 eggs, 1 egg, 2 egg whites, or 1/4 cup substitute. And you have the recipe. I believe Dana has posted the recipe. What else we need? We need 1/4 cup of matzo meal. Mix in there. Half a teaspoon of salt and 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. 1 tablespoon of oil and 2 tablespoons of water. And what you do is you basically get down and dirty with it. I have washed my hands 3 days ago. But you get down and dirty with it and you just mix all together really, really good. So in effect, this is sort of the fish version of meatloaf. Now, in the meantime, while I'm mixing that, we have an oven going at 350, and you bake this in an 8x4 cake pan, or loaf pan, and because we have 2 pounds, we're making 2 loaves. Typically, one pound is good for a loaf, so we've got 2, and I'll tell you what to do with that in a moment. Because we have 2 pounds of fish, we're using 2 loaf pans. Now, what you do with the loaf pans is you start by spraying Pam or the equivalent into the pan generously, because this stuff will stick. And then you cut a piece of wax paper and lay it on the bottom of the loaf pan, as so, and I pre-cut and pre-measure them. And you do this again for good measure. Now, the bottom of the pan is going to be the top of the loaf. So the recipe calls for garnish. So you can slice carrots, green peppers, other fancy pretty things in. I'm more utilitarian. So I'm not gonna put any garnish on top of it. And you basically, you scoop it out and you just pack it in relatively firmly. You don't have to really compress it too hard, but it should be pretty firm. Pan, you need two more sheets of wax paper, also cut and measured to fit the baking dish. What you do is you spread, again, more pan on the side facing the fish, put it down there, and just, again, get the fish, pat it down, nice and even and firm in there. Do that with the other one. Just get that in there, and you are ready to bake it. So we will put these guys in the oven. Let them bake for about 50 minutes. And we'll be back at you in about 50 minutes then. Okay? Yeah, a little more brown around the edges, looking good. Feels firmer. I'm going to declare this done. So the trick is now you just have to let it cool for a while. I'm actually going to put it up on a rack to let it cool, and then we'll take it out of the pan in a bit and finish it up. All right, we're back. This is sufficiently cooled now to take it out of our baking dishes. What you need to do is gently sort of take a knife along the edge. As much non-stick coating as I put on. It's never quite enough. And then we see if it'll pop out. And here we go. And voila. It actually held together. And there is your gefilte fish loaf.